And as quick as the news came about OnlyFans, it quickly ended. As you can see from the headline here, OnlyFans drops the planned porn ban will continue to allow sexually explicit content. Now, this video is not going to be a ton about me being whether I support or do not support the ban. I want to talk about two things. One, the power of kind of collective action and the mob mentality that we see nowadays. And two, a little bit about the thoughts I have on OnlyFans and the relations and how it affects the relations between men and women nowadays. So, first, let's read a little bit of the article and then talk about the collective action side. So, OnlyFans drops the planned porn ban will continue to allow sexually explicit content. This was uploaded today, about 5 a.m. The date is August 25th. OnlyFans dropped plans to ban pornography from its service less than a week after the UK content creator subscription site had announced the change, citing the need to comply with policies of banking partners. On Wednesday, the company said it, quote, secured assurances necessary to support our diverse creator community. Come on, diverse creator community? You mean like what? We have women of all different ages posting. Like, I'm sorry, you're not really diverse here. A bunch of attractive women making money with some random ass other people who, frankly, everyone knows OnlyFans is just a porn site that I don't get why people go on because you can just get it for free other places, regardless. Suggesting there's a new agreements with banks to pay OnlyFans content creators, including those who share sexually explicit material. Thank you to everyone for making your voices heard. So that's the collective action. Everyone. You saw the Twitter mobs. We have secured assurances necessary to support our diverse creator community. Again, what do you mean by diverse creator community? You're not that diverse. And have suspended the planned October 1st policy change, the company said in a tweet. OnlyFans stands for inclusion, and we will continue to provide a home for all creators. Really? You're inclusive? Okay, so if I was to go, I can make an account. If I'm to upload it, or is it inclusive? No. They're inclusive in the fact that everyone can make an account. They're not inclusive in the sense that the content that is most seen, most promoted, and frankly, I don't know exactly how much it's promoted because I'm not on OnlyFans or have an OnlyFans. I've never downloaded the app or gone on the website. Like, I just don't care. So I'm not going to say I'm an expert or anything. But to say you're inclusive, no, you're a bunch of attractive women. So if you consider you're inclusive to a bunch of attractive women, sure. Other than that, you're not that inclusive, besides the fact that anyone can make an account, which I guess, yes, makes you inclusive. But I just hate all these buzzwords to sound like they're this great, high-standing company. You're not. An OnlyFans spokesperson declined to say which banks or banks it has new or renewed payment processing agreements with. The proposed October 1st, 2021 changes are no longer required due to banking partners' assurances that OnlyFans can support all genres of creators, the rep said. All genres, again, it just means, yeah, we can do porn. Everything else was already fine, but no, all genres of creators. I'm sorry, you guys are a porn website, just accept it by now. So this was all much ado about nothing. OnlyFans may have been able to resolve its conflict with banks, some of which had refused to do business with the site, by going public with the issue and publicizing the large amount of money that flows through the site on the order of $300 million in payouts per month. That is crazy. So yeah, it's a very successful company, but I'm not going to talk. You can understand what the rest of the article is about. Now, the collective action. It is really, really powerful. I'm a libertarian at heart, so I do believe that people have the right to, if they want to make an OnlyFans and they want to pay for the content, that is their prerogative. They can do whatever they want. And the fact that when this news came out, it took basically collective action of all the people who were like, I pay or I create the content. I think it was a lot of creators who were like, I'm making a shit ton of money. Now I'm not going to be making that money. How do I keep making that money? Hey, OnlyFans, you better make sure I can keep making that money. And it was basically a lot of attractive women being like, I can become a burger flipper. I don't want to do that. I want to keep selling my body. So, cool. Good for them for getting this renewed and reversed. So the policy will not be changing. But now let's talk about how OnlyFans is, I believe, incredibly harmful, along with porn and Tinder and all the gross things that we've created in the 21st century. But let's stick on OnlyFans. If you know, the idea of a simp, and oh no, can't say these words. These men who pay, typically I think it's like boomer men, but older men who have some expendable income who think that they get I believe your brain gets some sort of trigger that makes these men feel good, like they're supporting this woman and this woman cares for them. I think biologically, again, there's variances between men and women, but most of the time, men like to be the provider. They like to see, I'm giving my assets to you. I have expendable assets. I am sharing them with this woman who I hope will return the favor. Usually, basically, the idea is children. I'm going to share my assets with you, and then we're going to have a child someday, and we'll have a family. That's basically where I think men are coming from. And it's a very weird psychological trick that when you're giving these women money, it makes you feel like you're providing for them. But the thing is, they have hundreds or thousands of men giving them money. They don't care about any one individual. And now let's talk about the women. Fast money comes with long problems. You can make a ton of money if you're an attractive or even relatively attractive woman on OnlyFans. Now, the problem is your attractiveness will fade. There's always new women turning 18 and becoming of legal age to create an OnlyFans. So, as say you do this for 10 years, you started at 18, you're now 28. Well, I'm sorry, unless you really, really are great about taking care of your body, most likely you are not going to be as attractive as you were at 18. As you age out of that attractiveness, and new people age in, well, you're going to lose your income. Now, what did you do for 10 years, assuming you just did this as a career? You have no skills. Frankly, you're not special. All these women, they think, we have a society now that's creating every woman is a queen. You're so special. I'm sorry. No, we're not. I'm not special. You're not special. No one is super special. We're just human beings here on Earth with human natures, and we need to recognize those. And unfortunately, if you're going to do this, this is basically sex work. I'm just going to say it, and I don't think a lot of OnlyFans creators would deny that. You are selling your body for money. You can, even if you're just an Instagram model, you're doing the same thing. You are portraying yourself in a sexual way for money. And that can even just be as simple as a bikini photo. I am sorry, you can be like, well, men just shouldn't be pigs. We are biologically hardwired in a certain way. And then it can be like, well, women just want to look good. Sure, I don't have a problem with women looking good. I'm a proponent for free the nipple. If a woman wants to walk around without a shirt on, I could care less. I'm going to love that. If a man can do it, I think a woman should too. But the problem is, then it's going to be, well, I'm walking around without a shirt, but then I'm getting gawked at. Yes, that's what freaking happens. People have human natures, and if you're an attractive woman deciding to do something like that, be libertarian, then you're going to get looked at. If you're a woman posting very skimpy clothes and just posting your body on OnlyFans, I mean, if it's OnlyFans, you're clearly doing it for money and attention. If it's on Instagram, you're still doing it for maybe not the money and attention, but it feels nice when you know you get those DMs. It feels like you're getting that attention you really wanted. We are not creating a society that is conducive for successful long-term relationships. We are seeing divorce rates go down, but it's because people aren't getting married at all. Men realize there's no reason to get married anymore. Women are so empowered that they go, I can just sell my body for 15 years, and then when I'm finally deciding, you know what, I want to settle down and get married, I'm just going to be able to land any guy I want. Well, they think that because they've had thousands of guys paying them monthly for photos. So they think, well, there's going to be thousands of men who want me. I'm sorry, honey. When you finally go out there into the dating market and you go, hey, I was an OnlyFans worker for 10 years, I'm going to go, huh? Thousands of people have been seeing you do whatever you're doing for 10 years? Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll have sex with you. I'm not going to marry you. Why would I do that? It is not worth the man's time and effort, especially when it's basically, okay, like, what was it? Vows in marriage were till death do us part. Now it's basically, I will love you until I feel like I don't anymore, and then I'm going to leave you and take half your money. And you can be like, well, there's a Kelly Clarkson. She's paying $200,000 to her ex. The odds that happens are so low. You can see marital courts. It is heavily in favor of women. Now, that's just the society we live in. I'm not going to necessarily complain too much about it. I'm going to accept the reality. But I'm also going to say, you know what? I think we would have a better reality if we could kind of get, I'm never going to say traditional super religious, where it's like, I'm very, very, very pro-gay marriage. I'm never going to say we should go that far back into traditional Christian values, but I do think I call myself a progressive conservative because I think we can make progress through the conservation of some of these old values, and I do personally believe the best way to have a long-term society conducive of producing strong children, not just strong as like physically, but just like mentally strong children, is monogamy. Basically, women should value their purity, don't go and be a slut, and eventually say, you know what, around maybe 25, and you can have your fun for a couple of years, go to college, do all that, never become a libertarian, do whatever you want, and you can do whatever you want for as long as you want. But I think we'd be healthier and saying, I kind of view it, if I had a daughter, I'd be saying, look, you can do whatever you want, but men will value your purity. If you have a couple of partners, say 2 or 3, not too many, but then you eventually decide you want to get married, a man's going to value that. You actually care about yourself enough and hold yourself in a high enough value that you're not going to let anyone in. And you know where I mean by let them in. That's basically where I think we need to get to. We need women. It's not empowering to go and sleep with a bunch of dudes. It is bad behavior that men will not care about and do not want you to be doing. It's tough because I also don't want the traditional gender roles to be enforced, but I do think that maybe a little bit more societal enforcement or just societal acceptance of it's okay if a woman wants to be a mother and care for children. I think we should be giving more respect to mothers and caregivers because I don't think they get enough, and I don't think that means government give them money. I think it means men should respect the incredible sacrifice that motherhood is, and men should, instead of walking away from their children, and we're seeing fatherless households left and right, they should feel a responsibility to care for their children. Frankly, people are always like, oh, like women birth control, like that's a thing that gets talked about. Frankly, if I had a daughter, again, I always put it like this. I don't think you need to go on birth control. Just hold yourself in high enough value that you force the person to put on a condom and pull out. Simple as that. Yes, there's a slight risk. And maybe if you want to go on birth control for your period or whatever, I don't care. But the idea of like basically going on birth control so you can get it raw, no. I'm sorry. Just have some freaking respect for yourself. That's what we need. We need respect for ourselves and to get back to what actual morals and values mean. And yes, that does mean a little bit of conservation and tradition. We cannot just progress to values, because right now we are holding, I'm going to go to the movie Seven. Fantastic movie. Highly go watch it. But we are looking at apathy like it's virtue. We are looking at people not caring about anything and saying that is virtuous. And that's where we have a problem. We need to get back to what real virtue is. Discipline, caring, and love for one another, and love for thy neighbor. Love for thy enemy. That's true virtue. Not what we're seeing now on Twitter where, oh no, anything someone does that doesn't support my tribe is evil. That's a problem. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm going to end it there because I kind of ranted on about a lot of different stuff. My name is Bailey. I'm going to come back with some more videos in the future. Goodbye.